Alright, well, YouTube, there's something I had to go over with this book here, Road Trip USA, and I've had this book and I finally come across it. And I knew I wasn't losing my mind about a couple weeks ago when I went out to the, where did I go? Oh, the Turner Falls to do my video out there of the King Philip Great Chief Metacom War. And due to the fact that before I stopped there, I went out further to the Mohawk Trail. And on my way through all that, there was a monument, a statue, a place of interest that my father you'd bring me all the time on our trips out to New York, Corning, New York area. And when he would take the Route 2 way, we would always stop along the Mohawk Trail to this one gift shop. Now, this book was made in 1999. I did have to go out to Albany, New York, and I believe it was probably 2000, maybe somewhere along the lines in there when this book was made. And I could have sworn I seen it. No, I don't. Yeah, I remember passing it, this historical landmark. But now, when I went out there a couple weeks ago, fucking wouldn't you know, after I don't know how many years that this statue has stood the test of time for the Mohawk tribes, it has now disappeared. And I made it to the border, and I always knew when I went on these trips that where it was and where it ended, because of the simple fact that when you see the sign of entering New York State, but this bare spot where it once stood, and I literally had to stop to take a leak there, but because it was a long journey, and out there ain't much restaurants. But I stopped and I was looking, I was like, damn, I'm thinking to myself, you son of a bitch. And lo and behold, that was the spot where it once stood. So I'm sitting there looking at him like, mother, in this damn mighty statue, a 35-foot tall, 1.5 ton bronze statue. As we'll go over here, Mohawk Trail, one of their greeting cards from the past, to this. Gone. I don't know what the hell happened to it. I got two theories of my own. One, they melted it and, got the money for the bronze. Or two, it went to a Mohawk Indian reservation. But why this shop went out of business, because there are two shops on that route that still exist. They got teepees there, which they should have wigwams, but they have teepees there instead of wigwams, which wigwams were a rounded branched, molded into a round bowl type setup. But I don't know, there was Mohawks in New York State, so that's going out west, so I don't know if they had wigwams, but something to look up. But this is completely gone. And I look at this statue and it's like the memories that shoot through my brain that I once stood in front of the thing, even sat on the thing, standing on it, just visualizing and sticking it in my brain. And this whole shop and building's gone too. It's set back in this grassy area in the parking lot, like came down out and towards the road and stuff. Nice little place, but why it got torn down is beyond me. Whether the person that owned it passed away or just couldn't keep up with modern times. But like I said, them other two shops still exist, so whatever it may be, whether the Indians wanted that in their reservation or some greedy, stupid son of a bitch melted it, it's beyond me. But I wanted to show this because where I once knew and watched and visited is gone, and I just wanted to make known to people that it did once exist. And I think you could have bought these headdresses like the other shops down on Route 2. You could buy things, all Indian artifacts. It's just, and to visit this was just an honor, you know, to me at least. Always had this. And the Mohawk Trail State Forest, I mean, it goes over about how, the road to Mohawk Trail and everything started in 1914. And they got a restaurant now, Summit Motel, just before this statue. Landmarks, historical landmarks that you stop at, and it's just an awesome sight too when you stop at these places on the mountain, because you can see the valley. I might make like an animation video for Google Photos, or put out took some pictures on the way. I didn't get to do much, but I took some pictures of the valley. I should have took the picture of the damn motel. I forgot about that. But I'm probably going to travel out there again, due to the fact that I got to get out to Deerfield, Massachusetts, with another video to the Great Chief Medicom I got to get to. I got to get to that soon, actually, because time of the year is running out. But yeah, I'm gonna take a picture of that motel that stands. I'm gonna stop and take pictures of the teepee hut, and I'm gonna put it all in a collage that Google Photos allows you to do. Set up the Mohawk Trail and what you see. And I don't believe I'm gonna make it down to where this one stood. I'll try, but it's too far. I only got so much time in the day, but it's just sad to see. And this is what's happening these days. Everything that once stood to the Indians is disappearing. And to me, it's making me sick. I mean, there are some places that still hold, like the Neshoba Valley High School still holds a chief head on their school board. So help me if they take that down, because a lot of places, even the Shaman Bank, Shaman took that Indian head off there. And Shaman, I don't know, they must have went out of business or something, but for them to take the Shaman head, Indian head off that, you know, like your money, like your paper, that there's things they stuff your money in to give you when you go to, you know, get a withdrawal. You know, things like that, sacred things like that that's been here for, it's just disappearing. I'm surprised they didn't do it back in the day when the war was going on, or even why the English or whatever who was here making all these things because of the war. But then again, it must have been the praying Indians that wanted this done, and of course they had some say, but just said things are disappearing. Things are disappearing. I mean, there are some statues that still exist throughout that area, and there are still things that stand the test of time. This chief right here And as you can see, the details in it was just surreal. And that's what made this such a historical moment to stand next to it, because it just was a realistic thing. But other than that, YouTube Nation, I gotta get out, get these kids dressed. Gonna start goddamn. Oh, the Eagle, here's the thing right here, the Golden Eagle restaurant. The city, I thought that one with that. Summit Motel, that's a motel and a restaurant. And a tidy wigwam. Along the route, there was a wigwam here. Just don't show it. Damn to the person who took these pictures and not the wigwam. Cause that, yeah, now that I remember, there was a wigwam there. You could walk into it. Shit. Yeah. Things just come into your mind. Yeah, like I said, the Deerfield River runs by all this. All kinds of crazy stuff that's just disappearing. Crazy stuff happening and making stuff disappear. It's just wrong to me, due to these people came to us with open hands, right hand here risen in peace, harmony, and giving the old hello, how you doing. Now they're just letting things disappear. Sooner it will just take, and there'll be nothing left to see what Indians was, but hopefully that don't happen. But other than that, YouTube Nation, I gotta get out of here. Got a little Rugrats to deal with. I figured I'd share that. And I'm going to go through some other stuff through this book. It's all got some crazy stuff. Route 66 and everything in here. So, check that out. New series of this. Traveling back in time. Road Trip USA. Till the next video, YouTube Nation. Many more. Out.